we can learn profound lessons from the stories of Jesus Christ to make our lives happy, successful, and free from endless worries. Today, we bring you 3 powerful parables from his life that carry hidden wisdom capable of solving many of our modern-day struggles. Our first story begins on a dusty road. Jesus and his disciples were traveling from one village to another, stopping along the way to preach to the crowds. By afternoon, the disciples were completely exhausted and overcome with hunger. They begged Jesus to stop and rest so they could find something to eat. When they finally paused, the disciples noticed with worry that their food supply was drastically low, barely enough to feed a few of them. When they informed Jesus, he calmly looked at them and said, "Share whatever we have among yourselves." But just as they sat down to eat, a starving stranger approached them, looking weak and desperately begging for food. Without hesitation, Jesus asked his disciples to make space and invite the stranger to eat with them. Following his word, they shared their limited portion. Miraculously, within a short time, everyone ate until they were completely full. Despite the scarcity, a deep sense of satisfaction filled the air, and no one remained hungry. The disciples were astonished and asked how such a tiny amount of food could feed everyone. Jesus smiled and revealed a beautiful truth. Those who think of others before themselves will always find abundance, even in scarcity. Because you valued this stranger's hunger over your own, a little bit of food became more than enough. The ultimate lesson here is that sharing brings divine blessings into our lives. The second story takes place in a bustling town, where Jesus chose to sit down and share a meal with people who were outcasts and sinners. Watching this from a distance, some self-righteous men questioned his disciples, asking, "What kind of a spiritual teacher is your master? Why does he sit and eat with such bad and corrupt people?" When Jesus overheard this, he looked at them and asked a simple question. "Tell me, between a healthy person and a sick person, who needs a doctor the most?" The people immediately replied, "Of course, the sick person needs the doctor the most." Jesus then declared, "I am that doctor. Those who have lost their way and fallen into bad habits are spiritually sick. I sit with them and live among them to heal their souls, helping them leave the dark path and walk toward the light." This teaches us never to judge or hate those who do wrong, but to guide them with compassion. Our final story involves a simple shepherd whom Jesus observed on a hill. The shepherd was carrying his smallest sheep on his shoulders with great care. After a while, he gently put the sheep down, washed it, dried its wool, and fed it the freshest green grass. The shepherd looked incredibly joyful. Moving closer, Jesus asked him, "You are taking extraordinary care of this single sheep and seem so happy. Why is that?" The shepherd smiled and replied, "This little sheep has a habit of losing its way and wandering off. That is why I always keep it closest to me and shower it with the most care, so it never feels distant and never gets lost again." Turning to his disciples, Jesus pointed out the profound secret hidden in the shepherd's words. We must always give the most attention to those who have gone astray. Just like this shepherd cares for his wandering sheep, we must show love and patience to the lost souls of this world. Only through this love can they find their way back home.